One of the most terrible things to deal with in this world is losing a job. Okay? And if you've never lost a job, you probably will not relate to the pain of losing your source of livelihood, like what puts food on your table. And that was my experience with Preply. And it was one of the most terrible things that has ever happened to me in my life. You know, Preply came to me during the pandemic when music was not really paying off. So I really needed to earn online and survive basically. That was when I came across Preply, and it was like a life changing stuff for me. A job where I could communicate with people, teach them, also listen to them, correct them, and have conversations, learn from their culture. You know, that was like the dream job for me. That saved me a whole lot of stress in the Philippines because I was teaching people from all over the world, and after every class per hour, money enters into my account. That was like a dream job for me, you know. But things just became really messed up along the line, and that's what I'm going to share right now in this video. If you're very familiar with online jobs, you understand that one of the reasons people would book you is because of how credible you are. The number of students who have booked you, the number of people who commented on your profile and said, "We love the stuff you're doing. I love this guy. He's very friendly. He's very this." That's how you tend to get more students to book you. And that was my Preply. I had built it to the point where I taught thousands of students, and it's written there, this person has taught 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 lessons. You could see it right there on my profile. You could see the amount of comments on my profile of my students saying, "This is an amazing guy, this is great, I love this guy so much. He's not just an English teacher, he's also like a therapist, he makes me feel happy. This is one of the best persons I've met in my life." You could see all the best comments on my profile. I had built that profile in 3 years to the point where even new students will click my profile and book a trial class because they're like, "Man, people are saying so much nice stuff about this guy. I need to check him out." And people would book me, and that was how I was earning from teaching and talking to people from all over the world until that fateful day where my dreams was like dashed to the ground. Before this, I was earning really good every week, and whatever I was making, I was using it to sustain myself in school. So I would teach in Preply, probably on Monday morning by 8 o'clock, and have a 10 o'clock class in Adamson, and I would go to Adamson with a joyride. I have another student by 1 p.m. I come back home and teach that student from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. And I have a class by 4 p.m. in Adamson, and I head back to Adamson. Between QC and Adamson, back to back. I used to do that every day because I knew that if I missed teaching the students, I might not have money to come to school the next week. So I will shuttle between both of them. Sometimes I teach while I'm in Adamson in an empty classroom, then I turn on the hat of a professor or a tutor, and after that I take it off and become a student. I was doing this, and this was keeping me and making me survive Philippines basically, because there's no job here for foreigners. You have to admit it. Foreigners who really have white collar jobs are the ones who can speak different languages. If you can just speak in English, it's really difficult. So Preply was like the best thing that has ever happened to me because I could literally do what I love, talk to people, and make money from it. $10 has been credited to your account. $8, $7, $5 credited to my account. And it was the best thing in the world for me. That was like the best phase of my life because I was literally talking for 1 hour and just making money. Teaching people also, but majority of my students at some point were no longer booking me because of learning English. They just really loved to talk to me. So they had a long day, they would tell me about it, we would talk and laugh, and after 1 hour session, money enters my account. Then after the week, I send it to my bank account and I get the money. and I'm able to eat what I want to eat, buy what I want to buy, go where I want to go, and live a very decent life as a foreigner in the Philippines, until this fateful day, this Nigerian or African student messaged me, and he messaged me and booked a trial class, and I was like, oh, great, I now have another student. That's good news. And he messaged me on the platform and told me, bro, can you send me your WhatsApp number? You know, and okay, I was like, it's against the rule to actually send your contacts to students, So I was like, why don't you just book a trial class first so we can talk one on one first before I know if I'm going to give you my number? Because sometimes it's difficult to talk to them on the platform. So you have to book the class on Zoom or somewhere else. So I joined the session, and this particular black dude was not saying anything. Okay? He was not saying anything. And in 20 minutes, a weird looking African from somewhere in the world just tells me that he just gives me a thumbs up and ends the session. And after 1 hour, he marks the trial class as complete. And after he marks the trial class as complete, he books 100 classes back to back. And he was not booking the classes like once every day. He was booking 5 classes every day because my price then was $10 per hour. Okay? And he was booking, it's very unusual. Okay? I've never really met students who book that much class per day. He was booking 5 classes per day and back to back, back to back, back to back every day. And my price was $10 per hour. So I was really happy that, oh my God, this student must be traveling to a different country and he wants to really learn English, and he really needs to learn it as fast as possible. More money for me because it means that I'm going to be making $50 every day from just that student. And time reaches for the first paid class. The student doesn't show up. I show up for the class, the student doesn't show up. It happens for the 5 classes straight up. And usually on Preply, sometimes some students are not able to show up and they just tell you, sir, just mark the class as complete. It's okay, you can have the money, I'm just busy. This is the kind of students I have. And this African books these classes and just messages me and says, bro, I can't just make it. Just mark the classes as complete. And I was like, oh, okay, sure. Who am I? I mark the classes as complete, and he also can mark the classes as complete. So I see the $50 added to my account. Next day, the same thing happened. The student didn't show up, and it kept happening. And me, I'm just seeing this money add to my account on Preply, and I'm like, who? Is this God's way of blessing me? I'm not just teaching, and money is just entering my account, Until one day the student messages me. He got my email via Google Meet because I was showing up for the classes on Google Meet, at that point. So he emails me and tells me that he's not going to show up for the class because he's really busy with work and so. Is there a way that I could mark all the classes complete for him, and just give him 50% of the money that he spent for the class? And I was like, I really don't know how to do that. I don't know you, and I cannot really share my bank details with you and send you back money because I've never done that before on Preply. Here goes the student saying, can I send him half of the money so it doesn't look like he wasted his money, and I can have the other half of the money. And at that point, I knew that something suspicious was going on already. So I was at the point where I didn't even want to reply anymore. And I didn't want to get myself involved in that. And by the way, I had also taught other students who were actually showing up. So it was a mixture of his money plus other of my students' money. So, because at that point it was becoming scary, okay? But there was still cash on my Preply account at that time, only for me to wake up on Monday and I got an email from Preply that my account has been suspended because of fraudulent activities. And I was like, okay, I kind of get it that it's because of the student. But I was trying to message them to let them know what happened. I wake up to an email that my account has been suspended indefinitely, that I can no longer access my profile because of money laundering. That was the biggest shock of my life. Why? Because I know how much I cherish my integrity. I would never do anything fraudulent. Like, I don't do that. Like, if I want to do fraud, I would not be in Preply. I would not be hustling and trying to make money the right way. Okay? So I messaged Preply. I contacted everyone possible: Facebook, Instagram, email, the platform. I was messaging. I even opened a different account to try to talk to Preply and let them know that this is what happened. Okay? I was not cooperating with this person. I was actually stuck because I didn't know what to do. I didn't even know what to move. They did not give me a chance to explain myself. They just cut me off immediately and blocked my account. And I was like, just hear me out. Like, hear what I have to say. They're like, sorry, this is money laundering and we delete your profile permanently. I'm like, come on, Preply. In my mind, I was like, just let me explain what's going on. Like, I did not do this. I was actually trying to make sure you guys know about it. Because if you check my account at that point, I had already messaged Preply asking, do you know anything about the student or what's up, what's going on? But they didn't even give me a chance to explain or tell them how the money was credited to my account like that through the student. They just blocked my account because obviously they see that the student who booked the class was black and I, the tutor, was black, and they just assumed that I had cooperated with this scammer to get money through the platform, and that was far from it. If you know me close, the people who know me know that I do not put my hands in anything fraudulent. You know, but that's another situation where my skin color robbed me of my job. I wasn't given a chance to explain myself. No one gave me the chance to tell them this is what actually happened. I did not permit this, okay? But Preply just assumed that I was cooperating with this scammer and blocked my profile. And that was how I lost my credibility, lost the job that was giving me money and making me survive, okay? It was one of the most terrible feelings ever because every day I asked myself, damn, I should have just done the scam, you know? Because it was so painful that I was like, how can you tag me someone who does money laundering? I've lived in the Philippines for 10 years. I've not even done anything fraudulent. And you didn't even give me a chance to explain. And you tagged me someone who cooperated in the money laundering. I was like, give me a chance to explain. And that is how I lost my page where students book me per hour, lost majority of my students, only like 3 to 4 of my students who were my friends on other social media platforms contacted me and asked me, bro, what's going on? We've not heard from you. Preply said this. I told them what happened, and most of them still booked me privately, even after Preply, you know, but it was so heartbreaking to have that kind of place where you've invested so much time and never had any kind of issue like this. And after 3 years, no one gives you a chance to explain yourself. They just block your profile. And I didn't even have access to even pulling the remaining cash that I have made there. I was just blocked from Preply, okay? And sometimes I still think about it. This scammer was actually telling me to raise my price to $100 per hour so that he can book 100 classes and I get $10,000 and I can give him $5,000 and have the $5,000. After Preply did that to me, I started regretting. Like, if the consequence for me not doing anything was losing my profile, I should have just done the scam and just made $10,000 and just blocked both Preply and blocked the student. You know, it made me really like angry and pissed off about life. You know, how my skin color just made me lose my job immediately without any, I didn't have any chance to explain. after the situation of not hearing me out or trying to listen to my take or what I had to say, I really regretted not doing it, because if I had $10,000, even if Preply blocked my profile, I would not really care that much. Every day till date, I still live in that regret because it was not just about the money, it was the friendship, the people that I was communicating with. I was learning a lot about different cultures, meeting people from all over the world, learning a lot and teaching and impacting knowledge and making new friends. You know, it was one of the best platforms ever until they did that to me. And I really don't understand why. They didn't give me a chance to explain myself. But yeah, it is what it is. That was my experience with Preply, and that was how I lost a really good paying job, that I could do at my leisure, and made life so comfortable for me. If I become really popular and famous, I'm going to travel to the office, wherever they are, tell them what they did to me and the impact it had on my life and how it made me like really frustrated and changed my lifestyle hugely. But yeah, it is what it is. Thanks for watching, guys. So if you're a tutor and you're having messages from strange students who are booking classes so much and are not showing up but crediting or marking the classes as complete, you should message Preply immediately and tell them you're noticing suspicious activities. Okay, you have to message them before, because if I message them before, probably I would still have that job. But yeah, it is what it is. Just be careful in Preply, so you don't fall into this trap also. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you in some other video. Bye for now.